Considering applying for a visa and wondering if there's countries with preferential treatment? Coming out. Hi, this is Kai with the Kai Wong team, helping you better understand everything you need to know about New York City real estate. Today, I have the pleasure of introducing you to Steve Maggi from SMA Law Firm. He's an immigration attorney here in New York City. How are you doing today?
Doing great, Kai. Thanks for having me.
Thank you for being here. So tell us a little bit about yourself.
I'm originally from Argentina.
Okay.
I came here when I was 5 years old, just like you.
Okay.
And I decided to dedicate my life to helping other foreign nationals to maneuver this really complex immigration system. Started my law firm 15 years ago. We do all things immigration, but my chief focus is working with foreign entrepreneurs and businesses abroad that want to launch operations in the US and here in New York City.
Well, it sounds like you're busy, so thank you so much for taking the time to be here today.
Absolutely.
So talk to me, like I know there's people trying to immigrate to New York City from all around the world. A question that gets asked and thrown around a bit is there any preferences from one country over another? What kind of benefits are there? So can you share that with us?
The truth is absolutely there are benefits.
Okay.
The first question I ask potential clients is what passports they hold, meaning multiple, if they're dual nationals or not, because that essentially gives us a roadmap of which options they have.
Okay.
So there are certain countries that have preferential treatment. I'll just tell you about some of those.
Okay.
So the first category is Australia. Australia has an E3 treaty, which allows up to 10,000 individuals per year that have college degrees and have US sponsors for work to come here and work with unlimited renewals.
Okay.
So that visa limit has never been met. And so they have a preferential treatment. As you know, there's a category called H-1B, and unfortunately that only has 85,000 spots per year worldwide.
Okay.
So if you can imagine, Australia has 10,000 visas to themselves.
Wow.
And the other advantage is that they actually process them at the US Embassy in Canberra or at the consulates in Australia directly.
Oh, wow.
Which means they don't have to worry about potential denials in the US, and it's a very smooth process.
Wow.
That's the first category.
Okay.
The next one is based on the North American Free Trade Agreement between the US, Mexico, and Canada. There's a visa called the TN visa. No limits to that visa. It allows professionals with degrees that are working in specific industries to be sponsored in the US and to work in the US.
Okay.
The third one I talked about, H-1B, there's an offset of that called H-1B1.
Okay.
If you're from Chile or from Singapore, or you have a passport from one of those countries, you qualify. They have their own visa limits that have also never been met.
Okay.
And you can also process directly at the embassy, US Embassy or consulate in Singapore or in Santiago.
Oh, so very convenient.
Very convenient, very underused.
Okay.
So when we talk to employers here, we always say, think about Australia, think about Singapore, Chile as potential options for candidates.
Oh, wow. Okay.
The next one is what's called temporary protected status.
Okay.
Essentially, it's a program that exists for countries that have gone through civil war. Like now, South Sudan is the most recent addition. Syria is another one. There are 10 countries where if you're a national from those countries and you're physically in the US, you can apply for temporary protected status, which means you won't be deported unless you commit an offense that's deportable.
Got it.
And you can work. And there are some countries that have had this extended for up to 20 years. The important thing to keep in mind is that does not give them an immigration status that can be changed, like a change of status or an adjustment. It's a temporary protected status. So they're in a gray area that allows them to work, but it's an advantage based on the country that they're from.
Wow. Okay.
And the last one is called the E2 visa, which is based on bilateral treaties between the US and other countries. The first one was signed in 1815 with the UK.
Okay.
And the most recent one that just went into effect on May 1st is with Israel. That essentially is what I call the entrepreneur visa. It allows anyone who holds a passport from any of 80 countries that have a treaty to start a US business and to get up to a 5-year visa to run that business, which is great for the economy here because it leads to the creation of hundreds of thousands of jobs. And there's a direct correlation between the biggest investors in terms of countries per capita in the US and the number of E2 visas that are issued. So Japan, Holland, Germany, for example, there are many E2 applicants per month and per year, and those are the countries that are investing heavily in the US. So it's an incredible option for people who either have existing companies abroad or who want to do a brand new startup or buy a franchise or an existing company here to control their own destiny.
Wow.
We try to empower our clients, and one way to do that is to not depend on sponsors, because you can essentially self-sponsor through that visa. It's called E2.
I feel that a lot of people don't know about these 5 different options that are available.
It's true, and it's important for them to know, so that's why it's very important to ask your clients what passports they hold. But if you're from a country like, for example, the People's Republic of China, but you have an alternative or a second passport, you may be able to qualify based on that passport.
Thank you so much for sharing that information. That's very enlightening.
Sure.
And thank you for being here.
Thanks, Kai. Really appreciate it.
And thank you guys for watching. If you're new here, consider subscribing. On this channel, we share with you buying and selling tips, market updates, and neighborhood guides. If you have any questions or comments on additional topics you want us to cover in a future video, please let us know in the comments below. And we'll see you in the next video. Talk to you soon. Bye.
Bye.